Alright, let's discuss road rules. Now, I know in a lot of YouTube videos that I watch, a lot of the riders have lane splitting that's legal in their area, and different types of road rules. Every state seems to have their own. Anyway, I posted a short where I'm in a lane. So let's say this is my lane right here, and I'm to the left, man, because it's an intersection. I want people to see me coming this way, turning to their left this way, people coming this way, people on this side, and people next to me that are also turning left. So positioning myself, if I'm all the way over to the right, and this car's blocking me, these guys don't really see me, these guys don't really see me, the people across may see me, but they're not seeing a turn signal or anything, because I can go right in that lane. Anyway, typically when I go to the left, again, it depends on the situation, but on the particular intersection, I'm on the left. Cars will come right into my lane and then turn right. Now here's the thing, most people will say, well, nothing happened. It's not a big deal, man, you know, it's cool. But here in the state that I ride in, a motorcycle is given the same space as a truck, a car, SUV, you name it. So in other words, if I'm not gonna, if I encroach on somebody and it's a one lane, but the first driver, can go either right or straight, another car can't come up legally and share the lane. So this is where people think, oh, there's no big deal. But if a cop sees you do that, they're going to ticket you. Now, they're definitely going to give you a ticket. But here's the thing about a motorcycle. As you can see, I'm in the wide open, right? Okay, so let's say this person comes up to me. Several different things can happen if they don't move right away, and this other lane starts going, I get a green, but somebody's going to go to the left coming from this intersection. They're not going to see me. And then if somebody's coming up behind her super fast and they see her come through here, they may rear end me. Now, could they be on their phone? Possibly. Could they be not paying attention? Possibly. Could they be paying attention? Absolutely. They could be doing all of them. But here's the thing. Because you don't see a wreck or somebody get their foot smashed by a tire, or it's not a big deal, that's usually when big deals start to happen. So what I'm saying is, in this state that I ride in, I can't lane split, and I don't lane split. The only time that I would lane split is if I'm in a situation where I absolutely need to lane split, like if I was boxed in and there was no getting out and somebody was tailing me hard, and just a braking distance, because their judgment is off, obviously, if they're tailing me, depending on how hard they're willing to hit their brakes and create another situation. I'll try to do that. I'll try to find a way to either not let that happen first. So that's the first thing. I try not to let that happen. So I'm watching around me. I'm watching my rear view mirrors. I'm paying attention to people and what they're doing, because then I can formulate a strategy, so that if I see certain cars starting to slow and then bring me close into the situation, that I can actually get out of that by either backing up or speeding up and getting in front. One of the two. So I'm not in that predicament. And that's the thing about road rules. As a motorcyclist, I try to follow them. I mean, obviously people make mistakes. People are just going to do what they're going to do. And it doesn't really matter, because they're not really too concerned about the road rules. If a cop don't catch you, it ain't a broken rule. I understand that. And I'm not one to be calling them anyway. But with that being said, you know, I get these comments, oh, nothing happened. That's not a big deal. Well, keep in mind too, and I go 1080 on my video recorder, so does it give me the 4K? I got 4K, but does it give me that closeness that I'm actually experiencing on the bike versus what you're seeing on the video? typically it's not the case. So I know a lot of people that video record know, you know, hey, sometimes you can actually get it if it's like super close to you, right next to you, and then you're going to catch that. But anyway, my point is this: avoiding things like that and just making people acknowledge that, hey, you know, if you see a motorcyclist and you see, oh, I got enough space, I can go right by him, it's best not to do that, because you're going to create several situations for that person. You may freak him out if he doesn't catch you in the rear view mirror. You may create an obstacle that other people aren't going to notice him or see him, especially in an intersection, and most motorcyclists know intersections are very dangerous. But my point with this is, I don't post those videos to admonish anybody in per se. I'm not a cop, so I don't give tickets. But what I'm saying, as a motorcyclist, it's important for us to maintain our lane and not share that lane. And that's the biggest thing, is we don't want to share that lane. And that's what I'm saying. Not only do we not want to share that lane, we don't want people blocking us from other vehicles being able to see us, because we're in the open. And a car is blocked in, so they can hit you in the side. Yeah, you might get injured, you might not. But the thing is for a motorcyclist, the concept that we may be hurt is a lot higher than when you're in your vehicle. So I make those videos to remind people, basically, like, hey, don't share that lane with that motorcyclist. He gets the same lane that an individual car gets. Are you going to go up next to a car or somebody and say, well, I might be able to make it? Then you end up hitting them, and maybe you don't hit them. Maybe you just go through there, but then somebody's coming through on that intersection and whacks you because you're taking a right. That's the thing, is avoiding situations. Basically, road strategy. Even in a car, use road strategy. Think about things before you do them, because you don't necessarily know everybody's mindset. Maybe I'm a beginner rider, and you do that, and I drop my bike, bounce off the next car. I mean, it's just, you don't know the skill level of anybody. I don't know the skill level of drivers. That driver may be just perfectly fine, and they're very capable. I'm not saying they're not. But at the same time, I am saying, if you're using road rules, you don't share the lanes. Now, are there motorcyclists that do that? Sure there are. Are there cars that do it? Absolutely. I personally try not to do stuff like that or freak other cars out when I'm going by them, because I don't want them to hit me because I freaked them out. So again, for me, what I say is, just watch and look at the situation. Even though somebody didn't get hurt, it doesn't mean, hey, that's okay to do. It means, hey, pay attention, check it out, and learn from it. And if you don't, you don't. I mean, it is what it is. I can't make you, and nobody can. I mean, the law can give you a ticket. I can't give you a ticket, and I'm not going to. I'm not that type of guy anyway. I'm just not into that. If I see somebody breaking the rules, you know what? Hey, it's on them, not me. And I watch people, and I see it constantly. What I do is I watch for me. I make sure that I'm riding and I'm paying attention, because I don't rely on other drivers to do it for me. I do that. And I give the respect to other drivers that I expect. In other words, there are times when drivers have really screwed up and I've gotten pretty irate about it and gave them the bird or said something. And I don't regret that. But at the same time, I also acknowledge, hey, people have road rage too, man. They might be packing, they might be doing something, but at the same time, it's sometimes best to let people know, hey, these are things that motorcyclists personally are aware of, and some aren't. So what I'm saying is, you don't know the skill level of that motorcycle rider. And that's the thing. If you see a motorcycle rider to the left, he's positioning himself so people can see him, putting that you see a little Toyota Corolla or whatever can get in there. Don't do that. wait. It's not harmful to wait, and if you're late, that's on you, man. You're just not leaving fast enough. Anyhow, the purpose of this video is just to basically explain that when I put these videos up, it has nothing to do with, hey, something happened. And the reason a lot of things don't happen is because I'm aware of these things. I've got the strategy. I'm using strategy. I've been riding the streets for a while, and I practice constantly, so it still could lead to people getting hurt. So if you see these videos, you don't see anything happen, like you don't see somebody eat shit or get hurt, you know, and maybe that's stuff that you like to see. Maybe it excites you a little bit. I don't know. But for me, as a motorcycle rider and a motorcyclist, I just want people to be aware that, hey, these things can become issues for a motorcyclist just based on the skill level that they have, and you don't know that skill level. And they may have great, hard, high skill level, and they may not. But at the same time, you need to be aware of that, because they get the same right as any other vehicle in that space. So if you see them weaving a little bit, hey, they're positioning themselves, or maybe they're warming up their tires, or maybe they're just being silly. But either way, don't encroach on their space. Let them have their space, just like you expect other cars to give you your space. And therefore, I make this video just to say, use road strategy. Now, some people will say common sense. Well, common sense ain't so common, and I'm sure most of you guys have heard that. Mark Twain, right? Anyway, I digress. My point with this is, be careful out there, man. Give the respect that you expect others to give you. And that is why I make these videos, to show other motorcycle riders. And if car riders look at it and say, yeah, you know, I wouldn't do that. Hey, man, that's respectable, because you're showing respect and showing other riders and drivers that you actually care about that 2,500-pound missile that you're driving that can kill people and yourself and your friends and family. So again, there's places to be having fun, and there's places to be serious. And urban areas and rural areas, you can kind of pick and choose, you know. A lot of rural areas, they're going to have open areas where you can have fun, even cars. And that's cool, man. I don't admonish people for that. Go have a blast. But in the urban areas where traffic is thick, people are just getting off work, maybe tired, maybe some people just woke up, getting ready for a swing or a night shift, you know, you got to use common sense, man. Be out there and think about other people, not just, oh, nothing happened. So I hope you guys get something from this, but here's my point. Respect other drivers the way you want to be respected. And I would say that for a motorcyclist as well. Respect other drivers the way you want to be respected. Show them the same dignity and respect as well. If you can lane split, by all means. If you can't, like I can't, I don't do it. I actually don't lane split. I allow people, and I don't tailgate people. I give them the space that's required, and when I can pass, I pass. If I have to pass because of a dangerous situation, I do it cautiously, and once I'm past, I make sure that it's all safe and clear, and I don't put other people in danger. So take that note and do what you will with it. Again, I post these videos for educational purposes, not for admonishing purposes or to get views and likes based on the severity or things that happen. I do it because, hey, what's the best way to avoid a situation? Not to get into it in the first place. So, again, be safe, be vigilant, practice.